What's up, everybody? We got a slew of people in here already. 16 people in here already. Oh my god! If I miss anybody, I think I've caught everybody that's jumped in so far. Brian, Backyard Bees NC, buddy. Yesterday I was at FedEx, and I got to change that up because while I was standing in line and then I'm talking to them about what I'm sending, the guy behind me was like, "Psst," and I kind of turned around and looked and I said, "Yeah." He said, "Don't ship it here. Go to UPS." So Monday I'm going to do that. So, but when I do, I'll send you out tracking and stuff too. So I got you, buddy. But let's see here. So bees and bikinis. I see Lizzie jumped in here. Welcome. Dan Schneider. Welcome, welcome. Wickershire Project. Billy, what's up, man? How are you? We got Sandy at Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming. Now, not Wyoming, though. It's Arizona now. So, Kai Farm Bees and Gardening. Welcome. Wow. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. I know there's, wow. Here, let me see here. I know how I can find out. So we got Chad, 5L4H, Small Canadian Beekeeper, Angela, I see. Backyard Bees NC, already said that. Bama Bees, I see Jason in here. Bunch of people in here. Blanchard Bees, I know another Beekeeper, Iowa. Buddy, it's supposed to, like I said, it's supposed to be warming up here, so I'm enjoying that. Buckeye Hunting and Fishing, welcome. Good to see you guys. Dan, I said, Faithful Prepper, I see in the list. Now, I'm just going down a participant list here. So Freedom Flag, Fork and Allotment, Freehandly Made. I mean, so many people in here already. This is crazy. Like a Bully Homestead, Lazy Acres, Joy in here. We got Doug and we got Shelly, Matt and Sarah. Matt, I saw your message. You're in the shop, so appreciate you listening, brother. We have my Bosnian friend. I don't even know whether. So NK, whether like you typed in your name, I don't even know whether I need the name. I can just say, I mean, you're my Bosnian friend. So Patty Canders, Rodney, welcome, Rodney. I've been enjoying your little shorts and that of your videos, seeing the girls out flying. So Beehive Homestead, Will It Grow, I see in here too. A lot of people in here. So wow. Hey, Faithful Prepper, thanks for that. I appreciate that thumbs up. Let me get to the chat over here. Holy Moses. Bunch of people. Wow. Holy Moses, 30 people in here. Jeez, oh man. Crazy. So Urban Grandpa Prepper, howdy, welcome. So I do want to say this just to start out. I see a Lazy Pond. Kevin, what's up, brother? Arlene Church, howdy. Phil, Kent, howdy, welcome. Hey, from Michigan. So what part of Michigan? Because I'm Northeast Ohio, so I'm right around the corner, I guess. So, well, 2 hours away, 2.5 hours away from Detroit. So straight across Lake Erie, follow it up north from Toledo. So, but let me see here. I think I've caught up with everyone. I think. So I want to say this. So, and hey, before I get into saying what I'm going to say, John, Will It Grow, buddy, I went and checked. I did that little video of my pepper plants coming up, and I had 2 of my Haas that were not up. I checked yesterday. They're both up. So I put in 24 peppers, and every single one of them come up. So 100% germination. I cannot even believe that. So, yeah, Billy, you're seeing that, huh? Yeah. But yeah, John, I 100% germination on that, and they all look good. 2 of them are just a hair behind, but that's okay. I mean, they're only a couple days back, so I'm perfectly content with that. So, Spike, what's up, buddy? Let's see here. I'm trying. Mary Ranch, howdy. How are you? So now. Oh yeah, Freehandly Made. I am. I'm in Shed Wars. So Now, I mean, as far as like my shed wars, um, I'm a rookie gardener. Now I've pretty much gardened my whole life, but it's just kind of small stuff. I haven't gotten into no big scale stuff, and I'm just like a regular old kind of. I grow for really it's me and whatever. So, um, but yeah, I am freehandly made. I am. So yeah, and I'm going to enjoy that. I think it'll be fun. I watched it last year, and I saw the fun, like with John at Will It Grow, just Arkansas Woodcutter, Mark, everybody in there. So, um, Matt and Sarah, I see a question. What is Shed Wars? So, not to had to had to do with deer antlers. So not to derail from today, but Shed Wars it was created by, there's a couple people involved. There's Will It Grow that's in here. Okay. Oh, okay. I will. Freehandly made, I will. There's Will It Grow, Arkansas Woodcutter, and then Homestead Aquarius. And it's basically um, it started out just a couple people last year, and it's you grow your own food, um, and then now it's gone like kind of global, and they're pairing up and they have teams, and you basically grow and you weigh your food, and it's just it's just a huge collaboration of a bunch of channels. Everybody grows their own food. It's just a lot of fun. So but check it out. It's definitely a cool thing. So if you just do even like hashtag, search that Shed Wars 21, or even search for Will It Grow that's in here, you'll see like a Shed Wars playlist and all that kind of stuff. So, but Sandy, he's cheating. Yes. See how he was? And that's how, Sandy, that's how Alabama wins championships from Ohio State too. They don't play fair. So, Mike's Bees and Gardens, welcome, buddy. What's happening? So, oh my gosh, 39 people in here. So, what I want to say is this. So, I'll pause all talking about, in the chat. If I see something, I'm try to not have a squirrel moment, because you all know I get those all the time, and then I forget what I'm talking about. But who's that Chad guy? Lizzie, you too. You're funny. But so I do want to say this, and I know if you're listening to this afterwards and you couldn't join the live, hey, that's real life. YouTube is in the whole. Now I'm going to throw out some terms here. Maslow's hierarchy. Those hierarchy of needs. YouTube is not even in that whole scheme. There's real life. There's just so much that people have to do just in their everyday life, families and work and just everything else. So if you're not here in the stream and you're watching after, appreciate it. But I do want to say that like this last year has been just truly amazing. Just the people that I've met in here. I mean, I was on His Way Homestead's live last night, and he's doing on Fridays, he's doing kind of a meet the members, like the Brotherhood of the Hats. And and I said last night, just unbelievable the support from this last year. Norseman Honey, what's up, Ray? How are you? Welcome. It's just unbelievable the support from all of you that I've gotten in the last year. I've always said that if this channel, never really grew from where it was at, I was fine with that. It's not, I'm not doing this to make a living. It's just a little side kind of thing. And I want to share, my mainly beekeeping journey with you all. My failures, where I have successes. Mew Mew, how are you? Welcome. Oh, I see that's a Siamese I'm seeing in the picture. I think a Siamese. Or Persian, or or something. So, oh, Spike, I appreciate that. Love you all too. I mean, you all are, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, everybody that I've met, it's like the community of people from, gosh, I mean, from the homesteaders that are in here, from, my beekeeper friends that are in here, from, the new kind of prepping community that I've met. It just, everybody that's in here, the gardening people, everybody in here, the communities are just kind of, and I've noticed they're all kind of intertwined, just everyone is friends. Doug, I'll be glad when you're monetized so we can give, let me see, so we can give super chats. Ooh, so YouTube can take their percentage, but Nunya, Texas on the back 20, what's happening? But, that said, I mean, I really appreciate every one of you. It just, I mean, a lot of times I just, like last Saturday when, I was kind of creeping towards, that 1K kind of mark. And then, I had that shout out Prepping 101. Thank you, brother. 28 there today, Chad. That's awesome. That is awesome. But and it just, I shut it, and I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe in 2-3 weeks here, if I, keep getting 30 or whatever a week, that was my kind of typical 28 between there. And so, oh, Sandy. Oh, Sandy, you're going to send some of that to Ohio, and it's going to be here, congratulations on 1K. Here's cherry pie with ice cream. It would probably ship on dry ice, I'm sure. Oh, that's funny. No, enjoy. I'm sure that's probably delicious. But again, I just want to thank everybody. I jumped up and I was thinking, oh, I need to plan something out. And I had already had like my Wednesday night live back from Prepping 101. Lene Slater, how are you? Welcome, welcome. And I see the hearts. That's awesome. 101's awesome. And I was, when I broke over that mark, I had already had my Wednesday live, just received new chicks in the mails. What, 7 out of 10 alive? Oh, that's a shame, Brian. But, I was kind of thinking at that point last Saturday, well, do I change Wednesdays? And I'm like, no, I'll just schedule it for, I'll just schedule things for next Saturday and just, do this. I mean, last Saturday, I think it kind of worked. This noontime, it kind of works on Saturday. So what I'm probably going to do is, I don't know whether I'll do this every Saturday, maybe every other. But the Wednesdays at 8 p.m., that live, that's going to stay. So, and I have an idea for that. So, Paintbrush, what's up, man? How are you? Welcome back. Yeah. Hey, Paintbrush. So, Wednesday at 8 p.m., don't miss that live. We're going to start out and I'm going to show you all a lot of stuff. And what I want to show you too, this is from, I got my Man Lake catalog. And if you see right here, what's in a hive. So I'm going to start out next Wednesday, and I was going to kind of hold this, but I'll spill the beans. You know me, I don't shut up and I don't hold secrets. So peaked in the hives yesterday, only lost a couple. Oh, Dan, if you only lost a few, that's good. So yeah, it stinks to, stinks to lose any. Yeah, Beehive. And I got thinking, so Ray, I appreciate that. I got thinking, so, the lives, and I like to, and so disclaimer. So there's been a lot of chat, and I'll just say this though too. To those that are not beekeepers, got a ring trying to get water woe. Hey, Nunya, Texas on the back 20. Yeah, I appreciate you stopping in. That's, like I said, yeah, take care of that. That's the important right there. Got to take care of. I mean, water and electricity and everything like that is, That's number one important. Oh, see, look at this. That's the chat here. Let's see here. I'm gonna make his look at this. You see, Kevin. So see, Sandy. This is between Kevin and Doug. They're Kevin's. I'm gonna make his phone vibrate during the live. You see. Now it's not going to vibrate. I'm going to turn on the here. Hang on. You see how they are? There. It's going to beep. There we go. Okay. Got to go put out pollen sub for this. Oh, you see him? Look. So, Patty Canders, how can we get folks to stop using pesticides in their yards? I know. Yeah, it's. I wish. Wickershire. Kevin? Did I look at this? Look, you guys. But now back to Wednesday. So now what I'm going to do, yeah, that right there, Spike, that's about it. I wish. What a lot of people, Patty, don't understand is a lot of people that spray the dandelions, like up in here, I don't know about other areas of the country and all that, the flowers, but those dandelions, when they pop, that's like that first, like, real, like pollen source in that around here. We get some maples in that also. No, Kevin, it's fine, brother. We get some maples in that pop out also, but dandelions are so important for the bees. And when people spray their yards, they spray, they don't want clover, they don't want the dandelions. Let it grow, but when they kill all that stuff, you're hurting the bees, and then they carry it back to the hives. That's just, Danny, what's up, brother? What's happening? So, Danny, I ain't going to say that phrase because you know what it is. So, in my NKY, my Bosnian friend there too, he knows. But, and back to this. So, next Wednesday, what I want to start doing is talking some of this, what's in a hive. And back to my disclaimer too that I'm saying, what I always tell people is this, when they ask and hear, I'm like an experienced rookie is what I am. Pozdrav, Danny. I don't even know if I said that right. But I'm like an experienced rookie is it. And I always tell people, when I first started this whole journey into beekeeping, I had a very bad time as far as bee club and finding a mentor. So everything I learned was trial and error and watching this. But I always tell people, don't watch this. Go find a local mentor and learn from someone in your area. Oh, I did? Pozdrav? Okay. That's awesome. I don't know what that means. No, Danny. Lija Mamuda. Oh, no. But, I tell people, there's people from all over now that have been watching some of my videos. And what I do, it's kind of what I do. Oh, my gosh. Kaylee. Wow. Here we go. Wow. Kaylee, how are you? Kaylee, if you have, and I said, if you have 5 minutes, because I don't want to interfere with your day. I know you have a very, very important day. And everyone in here, what I want everybody to do is wish Kaylee at the Honeystead a just very, very, very happy anniversary. Kaylee is one, though, that I'll tell you, I truly love watching her channel. Just so down to earth and just enjoy sharing everything at her place. Just her bees and the gardening and just, so Yeah, Kaylee, I just Honeystead. Wow. Kaylee, if you have time. So what I want to do is, so it's what, 12:20 right now. I have a wheel of names. So let me go full screen on this. And Kaylee, if you can, let me see here. Just if you can, I'm going to put that link in there, and just if you can, if you're busy and running around, that's fine. I appreciate that. Or it's, I just, yeah, there you go, everybody. Wish them a happy anniversary. 10:21 there, Ray. Oh, my phone's still going. But so I have, so my video that I did the other day, I wanted everybody to put in a comment, and this is just for, so the giveaways that I wanted to do today is one will be for a Beekeeper, and then another one, it's just going to be an Amazon card, so that can go to anybody. But I want to show you all this. So, I hit that, but I didn't want to hit that. Let me see here. I'm going to share a screen, and we're going to go, let's close there. We're going to share a screen. Let's see here. Let's see here. Allow. So there we go. Now, what, with the comment that you left on that video for my beekeepers, is what I want to do is, and even if you're here in the stream and you win, if you want to jump on the stream, we can pick out your Hive tool now. But it's going to be one of these Hive tools from the Honeystead. Now, I've already ordered 2 from the Honeystead. Just amazing Hive tools. Love them. But you see here, like American flag. I love that one. But a bunch of just awesome designs on there. So I have everyone, Matt and Sarah, the flag. That flag is right there. That is just awesome. So I have everybody's names listed on this wheel of names, okay? And I'm going to hit this in a second here. So it's 23:20 the stream is, so at 25 minutes, well, we'll go 24 minutes, so 30 more seconds, and I'm going to hit this wheel. But what's going to happen is, America, that's right. One of my Beekeeper, friends on here is going to win a custom Hive tool from the Honeystead. So 15 more seconds, and we're going to see this. So, oh boy, that's a lot of names. Yeah, Chad, I know. Unreal. So let's see here. 7 more seconds, 5 more seconds. I don't see to be or not to be. Are you on there? Oh yeah, I see you on there. You're right. You're right in there. So we're gonna hit it. We're hitting it. Let's see who it is. What? Look at this. Look at that. Look at the odds of that. To be or not to be. You're in here. That is awesome. Congratulations. I have that in here. So if you to be or not to be. So what I'm going to need to do is, if you want me to, so let's see here. If you can go to, and I'm going to share, let's see if I can copy and paste this link. If, save that link, and I'm going to need you to email me, okay? I'm going to need to get your address, things like that, and that way I'll just go on here and I'll order this and have it sent to you. I really hope, and it could truly, any of these on here, I love that American flag one. That's just awesome. And if you also, I've got this mahogany traditional hive tool also. I don't know whether, oh, okay. And my email is, yeah, Kaylee. And Kaylee, I'm saying, quit making new designs because I get so tempted. I do. So, and I'm waiting for, I don't know what had happened if you were doing the smokers. So, I'd have to jump at one of those just so I had kind of a fancy smoker. So, but no, I love these tools. Let's see here, to be or not to be. I'm trying to see. My email is, I saw that. Put the email in the chat in a second. Okay. I'll keep an eye, and then we'll communicate, and then I'll get this sent out. I'll get this ordered up, and you'll get it directly from Kaylee at the Honeystead. So, and Kaylee, again, I just thank you so much for everything. And I mean, back, I think at my 500 subscriber one, I did that other giveaway and the Hive tool from you as well. And that went to Chad at 504H. So yeah, I appreciate it so much. So that said, so to be or not to be, congratulations. Now the other, geez, look at this. Did I win yet? Didn't win yet. See, so the other, giveaway that I'm going to do, and it can go for anyone. Now, who won the Hive tool is not going to go into this, but what I want to do is, and I'm going to have to find the names. So I'll go into my chat, and there we go. Yeah. Hey, Kaylee, I appreciate it. Yeah, I do. Yeah. 86 off-road. What is happening? What's happening? What I want to do for the next is giveaway. It's going to be $40 Amazon card. So this one's easy. It's going to go to anybody, but not who won the Hive tool. And really, it's just I'm going to take everyone's name that's commenting and throw them on another wheel of names and just give it a spin. So let me open up another wheel of names, and I'm just going to plug in a bunch of people's names on here. Okay, and we'll do this one in about 7 minutes. So in a couple minutes, I'll end up saying, all right, everybody comment. That way you fall into the participants column. If I were to win, pass it on. Okay. And I'm seeing my email is, okay, I got it. I got you. Copy. I got you. I'm going to start an email right now just to paste it in so that I have that in here. And I'll shoot you out an email after this live stream is done. I'll shoot you out a email. That way, we can, communicate back and forth, and then I'll get that ordered for you. So excited. I mean, that's awesome. And I tell you, if when you do a video, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see the Hive tool. So yeah, come on, new. It's loading. Man, I'm streaming, trying to do emails and stuff. Compose. Come on. There we go. I got it all. I got it, everyone. There we go. All right. There we go. I got that. Awesome. All right. So, cold here and snowing again, Mark. Ugh. Yeah, Mark, I know. Mark, we had, out the window out there. I shut the window here just because it's so bright. But, yeah, there's a little bit of snow out there as well. We didn't get as much. They were saying that we were going to get 9 to 12 inches. I think we got 2 to 3. So we did not get hit with hardly any of what they said. So, Courtney, I saw Courtney in here. So, Wide Family Farm. How are you guys? So, there we go. Make sure I get that up there. Here we go. Okay. So, okay. Yeah, we got 9 to 12 north of Detroit. Yeah. Mike's Bees and Gardens got to run. Hey, brother, you take care. I'll be in touch. So, yeah, I'll be in touch. And next fire, buddy. You know, I got some phrases to pop out. So, and I got to learn that sign. So, funny. So, all my Colorado snow is melted. Let's see. And that's fine. Yeah, Spike, I know. I'm fine with the snow melting. So, small Canadian beekeeper, we have 3 feet of snow? What? That's crazy. And Buckeye hunting and fishing. So how do you all, and you're south of me, how do you have 10 inches on the ground and we have about maybe 2? It don't make sense. And I'm closer by the lake. That doesn't make sense. Huh. Unreal. Totally unreal. I love global warming. So, yeah. That's just ugly, Sandy. Let me see. What am I missing here? Oh, boy. Simply Southern Roots. Congrats on 1K. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. Here was showing 190. Wow. Yeah. 2 days after it's 15. Yeah, 15 Celsius. Yeah, Danny. Yeah, I know. We're supposed to be, like I said, we're going to be on like a warming trend here. We got, so here, let me see here. Let's see here. So, like I said, next Wednesday it's going to hit 48, they're saying. But then we've got next Saturday 44, then 43, then 36, 36, and then 41, 42, 42, 42. So I cannot wait for that. Just so, yeah, I can't wait for that. Wickershire Project, Hess Hives, I figured it out. You're relatable, and your love for what you do shows. Oh man, that's why you're going to grow. So everybody, I'll tell you what. So Wickershire Project, Billy there, he did a video after my video showing about the hives that I lost, and it just paintbrush. A woman's work is never done. That's true. But Wickershire Project did a video, just kind of like a reaction to my video from the other day, and I mean, I was left speechless. So yeah, Billy, I just to see that, and Brian's so cute and cuddly. You see it, just to see that one of my videos, like it hit someone like that, touched someone like that. I was kind of blown away. I truly was. I mean, I just, Kadorum Trazum. I don't. All right. My Bosnian buddies in here are going to start chatting. You two, Danny and my Bosnian buddy there, totally cuddly. Yeah, you see, that's what I am. That's what I am, Sandy. I'm totally cuddly. You know, other than Shelly does not have to worry because I'm never going to cuddle with Doug. Doug, it won't happen. It's not going to happen, buddy. So, reminds me of Pooh Bear. Oh my gosh, you all are crazy. So, let's do this. Everybody that's in here, I got 35 minutes on the stream, so 34:55. So, everybody start just commenting like crazy. Just comment like mad, because I want you to fall into the participant list in here, so that I'm just going to copy that entire participant list and paste it onto the wheel, and somebody is going to get $40. So, yeah, just comment. So, Holy Moses, 51 likes. I'm just seeing that. Wow. Mad. Lizzie saying bees and bikinis mad. That's what Chad is, right, Lizzie? He's mad. So crazy mad. Woo. Yeah, accept me to be or not to be. I know, accept you. So let's see here. Okay, I think I got all of that. I think I have everybody. I'll double check it again. Oh, we got it. Oh. What happened there? Where'd my wheel of names go? Where did my wheel of names go? There it goes. Oh, it is not working. Oh, it is not working. Participants, let me go back. Show, come on, show that. There we go. It's not letting me copy. It's not letting me copy, and I don't want to type all those names out. Oh my gosh, it's not. It's not. Gotta love technology. Holy Moses. All right, y'all. I'm going to have to do some typing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, something's going on here. Don't get discouraged. Spin it, Brian. I wish I could. I wish I could. Let me go to my other YouTube here. This is Doug. Commander Bacon. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Yeah, here, I'm going to put you on speakerphone so everybody's going to hear you. Everybody, Doug's giving me advice. All right, tell everybody. You see, look, he's laughing. This isn't a funny matter. We're on the spot right now. Right now.
Just give it to me.
Just give me the money, Brian.
Yeah, everybody, they're cheating. That's how Alabama works.
If you ain't first, you're last, Brian. Just give it to me.
Yeah, I was trying. I'm doing my... Let's see here. Copy. Oh, I think it's working, everybody.
Yeah, you have to highlight everybody in that participant thing and then copy paste that. You good?
It's not working because an Alabama fan told me how to do it. Just a disclaimer that I'm putting out to everybody. It's not working because Alabama did this.
That's why we're winners.
Look, I can't even believe this. Doug, I'll take back every nice thing I've ever said. Now, you're going to stay on the line. That way, when I spin this here in a second, you know, I know. So whoever wins, we're going to have to thank Doug, too, because I was going to have to type out all of these names. Commander Bacon to the rescue. That's it right there, Rodney. Yep. All right, y'all. So
Hive tool.
It's because they didn't get a Hive tool. Let's see here. Oh, look at that. There was a blank one on there. No, we don't want a blank one.
You can delete that. You can go into that list and delete that.
We're going to delete that, and we're going to delete that. There we go.
Is my name on there? I was busy calling you. I couldn't comment.
Yeah, you're on there. Okay, everybody. I'm going to spin it. I'm going to spin it. We're going full mode. All right. We're spinning it. We're spinning it. Big money, big money, big money. No whammies, no whammies. Uh-oh. Liz! Look at this. Lizzie! That is awesome. Lizzie, I got your email. I'll email you. So bees and bikinis. Delete Doug. Here, hang on. Wisher.
Congratulations.
Oh, man. That is awesome. Lizzie, congrats. Yeah. I'll send over, and if I send a regular Amazon from here, does that work in Canada too, or does it have to be Canadian? I don't know how that works. I mean, I'm sure American, I would guess. So, yeah, let me know if I need to do anything special, and we'll get it figured out. So, hey, Doug, thank you so much for helping me figure that out.
Yeah, Brotherhood of the Hats.
That's it, Brotherhood of the Hats. Yep.
Roll Tide.
Yeah. All right. I'll call you back in a little bit. All right, brother. Oh, man. That is awesome. Right there's our winner. Yeah, I know, Lizzie. That's what I'm thinking, too. I'll send you 40 American, and it'll be worth like 500 Canadian just because that exchanges. So, you'll be able to get like 6 hives from this one gift card. Oh, man. Crazy. That is nuts. Oh, there we go. Let's stop that. Thank God all that worked out. Man. So to be or not to be, I got to communicate with you about that hive tool. We'll get that figured out today if you'd like. Lizzie, I got your email, so we'll make that work. Yeah, everybody, I mean, that's awesome. Let's see here. Oh, fixing that screen over there again. So y'all have a great day. I have to get back to work. Yeah, hey, Mark, you take care, buddy. Yeah, his way Homestead, Almond Joys. That's right. Yeah. Let me unpin that. There we go. I still have that 25 Canadian. 25 Canadian? Oh, there we go. Bryans are awesome. That's it. That's why, Lizzie. It's because Bryans are awesome. Nobody messed with Bryans. So, yeah. Chad, you take care, brother. 1,000s. Yeah. Rosie Side Farm and Homestead. Yeah. Grind away. I mean, it'll happen. Definitely will happen. So, wow, Ray, that is crazy. That is nuts. Kevin, you take care too, brother. I know I'm missing a couple comments in here. So, wow. Well, I sent Brian a Canadian to pay for shipping as a joke. Oh my gosh. Well, 25 Canadian, you could probably buy a stamp down here. What's up, Goat? How you doing, brother? Oh, that's awesome. Hey, so let me do this. So since the giveaways are done, if anyone wants to jump on up here, I'm going to go ahead and throw another link. And if anyone wants to jump on up, chat, have some fun. We could talk whatever, jump on in. So click the link and jump on in. So Pafford Homestead, what that is, and I'm going to share my screen again just so I can show you. I want to show you how this is going to work. We are going to show you Pafford. It's very easy, very, very easy. It is called, so as you see on the screen, there we go. It is wheelofnames.com. So I'll copy it and I'll paste it into the comments, and you can, so Pafford, you basically go in there and there's a column, that's to the right with the names, and you can type them out, or you can copy and paste from the participants list in YouTube. I had to show Doug how to do that. And you can actually even save them So if you have a contest coming up and you do, like a certain cutoff, you can save your wheels. My connection's kind of slow here today for some odd reason. That's weird. But you can add, like I added my logo in the middle. You can do colors. You can do so much. And like you see right here, save it as my wheel. It's free. Better yet, Pafford Homestead, it's free. So I used this way back. Simply Southern Roots, hey, thank you for popping on in. So appreciate that. Ice cream's right. That's right. Sandy, I'm on the way. I'm going to hop in the car. I'll be there. We got Ray down here. Here, let me stop this. To be or not to be?
Hello.
What's happening?
Not much. I am totally surprised that I won that. I'm so happy.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. There we go. Hey, Ray, I muted you real quick. So, yeah, to be or not to be. Hey, I will, I'm excited for you. I will, like I said, I'll make sure I'll email you and, just get contact stuff and all that. And, well, I tell you, let's do this right now because I'm excited about this. Let me do this. Do you want to pick out which one now? I'm going to put you on the spot. Oh, your mic dropped. To be or not to be, your mic. Let's see here. Your mic isn't connected. If you want to drop out and then maybe reconnect, I'm not sure. Okay, Lizzie, sounds good. Sounds good. Oh, I think his mic. Device disconnected. Yeah. Hey, Ray, you there?
Yeah, you betcha.
There you go.
A new T-shirt.
Oh, you got a Lala phone.
Yeah, I just got it in the mail.
That's awesome. I almost wore mine today. I got a green one. I almost wore that one too, but then I saw this one and I'm like, I got to wear my, the blue line. So, Doug.
I'm going to order one of yours too. Probably the end of the month.
Oh, okay. There's to be or not to be again.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, that's okay. Here we go. Now, to be or not to be, have you looked at her Hive tools before?
I have.
Is there
Which one do you like?
Like I said, I was trying to say this before, but I got disconnected. My fault. I unplugged accidentally. I love them all, actually.
Yeah.
And so I will let you pick what you think is your favorite. Because I love them all.
It's entirely up to you. I mean,
so of the ones that are up there, I would probably go for the Wild Rose or seriously, Wild Rose, Bubblegum, the American Flag, any of those are awesome.
Well,
any of them. Seriously, even like
The Wild Rose?
I mean that's beautiful.
Okay. Well, here I'll do that after Wild Rose. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll email you, and I'm going to add that to my cart. And I don't think that it will vanish today.
No.
Well, it will vanish after I buy it. But yeah, and I'll get your email address, and then I'll get that sent out. Now, I will say she's pretty quick on shipping. So I'd imagine a week or so, but by the time
Well, by the time the snow goes away and I can get into the hives, it's probably going to be a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. By the time we can actually use a hive tool,
yeah,
it's going to be, you'll have it by then. So yeah, I'm happy for you. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's really great. And your video came at a really good time for me. I mean, I lost a hive 2 days after you put your video up there, and I'm like, okay, if I lost one, it's not as bad as what you went through, and you dealt with it very well, and I'm, that helped me. So thank you.
I appreciate that. And I've talked to Ray, who's in here, Norseman Honey. He's lost a couple. Another beekeeper that was in the chat here as well, the 5L4H Ranch and Bees, Chad, he lost, I think, every one of his. I know, it's so depressing.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, hey, Doug.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that? Deer
track.
There you go.
Look where I'm standing. That's my bedroom there.
Oh my gosh.
It's probably 20 feet. And this happened tonight.
We live
wow.
We live in the back end of town, and we get wildlife here all the time.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
This is an open field.
I have deer that will walk right up to my back door.
Oh.
Wow.
And unfortunately, you can't hunt them.
Not legally.
Wow.
Not allowed to discharge a gun in town limits in Canada.
Crossbow.
Yeah. I could almost reach out and just put a leash on them.
There you go.
Oh my God.
That's how close they get.
Just stab it.
Oh, wow. Hey, to be or not to be.
Yeah.
I was talking with Brian earlier this week on a live. I have 3 hives on my property now, and then we have my friend that we beekeep together. He has 2 on his property. We checked his. He lost both of his. I think also, Brian, like we were talking, I think it was the mites, because plenty of honey, plenty of bee bread, plenty of pollen that was still saved up there. We even did like the dry sugar and had the Vivlati boards. But so far, like mine are doing okay. I'm actually going to go check them here in a few minutes, just to make sure that I can still hear the hum, because I think it got down to like 19 today.
Yeah.
Or last night.
We had an unusual snow for the last couple of days for this area. The hive that I lost, actually, I should say I lost half of the hive because it's a resource hive. There's a split hive, and one side is gone, and the other side seems to be moving along. So, and it turns out that I was the only beekeeper in the area for a while, but now my next door neighbor, because I've been keeping him, his daughter decided that she's gonna beekeep, so she just bought 3 hives for the spring.
Okay.
So hopefully that means we'll be able to, if one of us loses a hive, the other one can help them out
build
the next. Yeah, build them up.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I got to reinstall, I think, 8 hives this spring.
Cool. I don't have that much room. I only have room for 3. But
my thought, me having like a positive thought, my thought in it all is, well, I just figure at some point in beekeeping, you're going to lose hives.
Yeah.
Prior to this, I had only ever lost 1. So for me to lose 4 in the winter, I just thought, I'm just kind of making up for what I hadn't lost before. But, I look at it too. I've got drawn comb, I've got honey stores, the bee bread, I've got all that pollen that they have.
Yep.
I have all of that, really, if you think about it, a brand new beekeeper and you have bare foundation or you have foundationless frames, you don't have that. So,
it'd take them a lot longer to build it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I got a
And,
package.
and
That's why I got a package. The hives that died, the combs all built out, so you just slip the package into
That's
the
it,
comb.
Ray.
yeah, Ray. That'll give you the way I look at it, Ray. Too is like the people. If you do lose a hive, like Brian was saying, the best positivity to have with it is having that hive that already has that drawn out comb. You literally put them advanced for, I will say honestly, 3 to 4 weeks ahead of the schedule, because a bare hive, they have to draw out that comb before the queen can lay. As soon as you put that queen in there, she can start laying just like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope within a week.
It will. It should be.
I think within a week it should be on the full board.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, she'll get in there and
If she's any kind of
to the land, and that's it. So, but yeah, it's not all lost. I mean, you got to look at, if when I walked out there and I found those hives gone, if I was just like, this is it, I'm done. I mean, you got to look at the positive aspect of things, you know. You got to. So
you're gonna lose. It's just a fact of life.
You got to. Well, see, the best advice or best comment I guess I heard from a veteran beekeeper that they told me was, when a beekeeper can truly realize that we aren't putting bees in our world, we are getting involved in the bee world. Like they've been doing this a whole lot longer than we have, and they know what they're doing. We're just kind of interfering to try to tame them, you could say. So if they're gonna, if they die or if they make it, it's based on them. There's only so much we can do. We can just try to help them out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll be treating for my as soon as I pull them out of my shed.
Yeah. Yeah, Ray, as soon as we break, probably mid 40s or so here, I'm gonna get my new vape gun out and hit them. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm preparing to put some formic acid in once the temperatures get up. That was my springtime thing. I've got some formic for them. I pretty sure I got the mites under control during the late fall, so I mean I did an experimental treatment where I treated every 3 days. Actually, I treated twice a week for basically over 21 days until I got mite count just down to almost 0.
Yeah,
and then I repeated that a month later.
Yeah. From what's happened to me, I got a plan, I mean, of course I got that vape gun, so I'm going to hit him with the Oxalic, but I'm going to sub in the Apivar also. I mean, I got to do something, so I've talked to a lot of people and they say that combination kind of works, but
during the summer.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see it, Ray.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's nice.
When I pull them out, I treat them with the wand.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, it is what it is, and I'll...
Here's my mixer for the...
There you go.
I love it.
Yeah, that's a good mixer.
Yeah. I just use... I use Everclear.
Good for me.
All right, there. I finally got the webcam figured out.
There you go. Yeah, to be or not to be. I mean, I'm happy. Yeah, if that video hit at the right moment,
No, it was perfect. I mean, it was terrible timing for you. I'm very sorry for your loss, but it helped me. So.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that means a lot. Yeah, it does. It does. Like I said, I mean, you're not the only one. Then there was the other channel, the Wickershire, that and he just commented in there. He did a video and it hit him. It hit him pretty hard, and I was just, like I said, I was speechless when I saw it. So, yeah.
Well, and you named your hives, which is kind of cool to me. I don't name my hives; I name my queens.
Oh, okay.
So actually, the fact that I mean, that was one of the reasons I started following you and subscribed and everything was because of Buckingham. I'm like, whoa, there's somebody that's kind of as crazy as I am.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I would say the way that I did it from a mentor on YouTube and stuff, he was kind of doing a thing where you name your hive after the first year it gets through the winter. So you know that you have a good strong hive.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. And I had a really unique year, and this is my first year, and I actually wrote a blog about it because I originally was going to get one hive because it was a Christmas present for my wife. And then everybody told me, no, you need two. So I went and I bought another one. And so I had two hives. And then I had a hive that just was not working out. And all of a sudden the queen stopped laying and I couldn't find her. So I went and I got a replacement queen. And then after I got the replacement queen, when I went to go put the queen in, she started laying again. And I found her. So now I got 3 queens, 2 hives. So I really quickly went out and set up a new hive. Yeah. And then because I'm at this point, I'm not ready to kill a queen that I have no reason to kill yet. I know that's coming in the future, but so after that, I set up a new hive. But instead of putting the new queen in the new hive, I wanted to give her a chance. So I put her in the hive that with the queen that was acting up, and I moved that queen into the new hive with a couple of frames.
Yeah.
And the new queen is a Russian queen, and she is just like my best queen ever.
Oh, good.
And the other queen that was acting up for the whole summer never really did anything. And then they kept building queen cells, and I kept knocking queen cells down. So around August, I just said, something's wrong with this hive. So I'm going to let them build a queen out and see what happens. And they did. Yeah. And I thought they were superseding her. And they swarmed. And so after they swarmed, well, I captured the swarm, put it in a nuke. And as soon as that queen was in a nuke, she started laying like none of my other queens. They built comb in about 2 days. It was just amazing. And she was already laying. By the 3rd day she was in the hive, there were already eggs. So that's why I made the split hive, because neither of those hives ended up being big enough to make it through the winter, I didn't think. So I created a split hive with the mother and daughter, and the daughter lived, and the mother is the one that I just lost.
Wow.
So
I was trying to turn my camera around for you guys. I was going to actually show you guys. I stepped down here to check out my bees, see how they're doing. I just kind of peeked down and actually just like was looking. This hive's actually making it. But one thing I'll show you guys is look at this. This is the craziest thing. Is I got, I don't know if y'all can see all the bees.
Wow. Yeah.
But believe it or not, it's still alive. If you tap it on the side, I can still hear it. Like they still got the faint buzz in there. I'm gonna try to tell you that.
What's the temperature?
Temperature I have in my hive or just outside?
Outside.
Give me a second, I will tell you. I think it's a 43 right now.
No, that's not bad. They'll start cleaning that out.
Yeah, I can see. Well, actually, let me see. Yeah, they're still in there. They're still doing good. I think it's because I have these queen excluders. It's only an 8 frame. I kind of modified it to fit my 10 frame.
Yeah.
Let's see, the rest of them is these. I mean, these have a couple, but they're pretty good actually. I just wanted to share that with you guys, kind of.
Yeah.
Beekeepers.
Thank you.
I got a question for you beekeepers.
What's up,
for you beekeepers. This pertains to what he's doing now at the Beehive Homestead, and Brian, yourself, and the rest of you beekeepers. Is there a way to keep a hive warm other than just wrapping it in insulation? Is it proper to add like a little tiny piece of heat tape?
No.
That might be 15 watts. You don't want to do that? What's the idea on that?
The cold isn't, well, okay, everything I've read and researched, the cold isn't generally what kills them.
Moisture.
It's moisture. And when you add a heat source, you're actually going to potentially cause that to get worse. There are people that actually move their hives into sheds and stuff to keep the temperature stable. So, I mean, if you're in an area that gets down, below zero on a regular basis, that might be a good idea. But essentially, you don't want to warm it up so the bees are active, because part of the thing is keeping them in their inactive state.
Dormant.
They will try and keep the cluster warm. They don't heat up the whole hive. They heat up the cluster.
Yep.
So
and
that's my 2 cents.
Is it true that bees will cluster around enemies if something infiltrates, like another bug, and if the stinging doesn't work, they can actually cook them? Or is that a myth that the bees?
There's videos of them doing that.
They did it.
The Asian. I was going to say the Japanese and Asian bees have done that and killed the murder hornets or the giant hornets. That's built into their DNA. The ones that we have in America, they don't do that to the hornets, but they will do that to some other things.
Yeah.
The other topic was about mites. Is it just from your experience as beekeepers? I'm going to be a new beekeeper at some point. I'm probably going to fly Brian in here or go see him, not this year or next year, but once we start getting money, I'll be able to travel and flow and see all these guys that I'm interested in. The question about mites: is there a way to set up below the hive to prevent mites from getting in? Is a mite something that walks in, or is a mite something that flies in?
It flies in. The mites don't fly, but mites will be on things that the bees will go to, or your bees will sometimes go to other hives.
Okay.
So
and they're infected.
Yeah, mites are inevitable.
Yeah, and you figure too, Billy, wherever your bees go out to, you could, your bee might not have a mite on it, but there might be a bee from another colony that goes onto that flower that had 2 or 3 mites on it, and then your bee goes on that flower, and one of those mites crawls on and hitches a ride. I
did not know that.
It's pretty much inevitable that you're going to get them in the States. I know there's some areas, I think Australia, I believe it is Australia, they do not have mites yet.
They don't.
But here in the States, it's just, it's bound to happen. Now there's that line in there, and there's those that do not treat, and then there's those that do, of course. So
you have your science with it.
Yep.
Just for example, just because you guys do this kind of stuff, name.
See you, Cindy.
Two ways of mite control. 2 ways you would treat mites.
I'll name the 2 that are most common are probably oxalic acid vapor, and the other one would be formic acid. There's also hop guard, which is a natural acid based on the acids from the hop plant. There are
beer hops.
Beer hops.
Wow.
You can also use a lot of people do like the sugar shake powdered sugar. They put periodically when they're doing a hive inspection, because the powdered sugar actually makes the mites fall off.
Yep. Okay. And then the other thing is you can do if you're in an area that has more warm weather and less cold weather, you can do brood breaks, forced brood breaks, which is where you cage your queen and don't let her lay for a couple of weeks, and then you let her out. Basically, the mites have a certain life cycle, and you're breaking their life cycle by doing that. And then there's other things where people they'll set up a comb that allows only drone brood on it, and then because the mites like drone brood better than they like regular brood, and then
so they can't travel.
Well, they do, but what happens is they like to go into the drone brood because drones take longer to hatch, so they have more time to mature. But what you do is you have a frame that's just drone brood, and then you keep track of when that brood got capped, and then before those mites come out, you pull that drone brood and you decap it and you kill the drones, because you don't care about drones.
Yeah.
Right. So it's one way, and
Right.
and you can actually then inspect the drones before they hatch out, and
Yeah.
you can see how many mites are actually in the drones. I've actually pulled drone brood out and checked every drone that's coming out to see if there's mites in there or not.
Okay, right.
Name 2 other infectious insects that you may be concerned about besides mites, or name at least another one that is common.
Wax moth and hive beetles.
And tracheal mites.
Tracheomites,
Yep.
yeah. And then there's
Or-
other
or-
like, bacterial things that you can get too. There's a
Yes.
bunch of different. There's different foul broods. There's so many different things that you have to watch for. It's not.
It's animal husbandry, no different
Yeah.
than raising cattle, right?
Yeah.
You have to be on it just like you're raising cattle.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Billy,
Hey.
to be or not to be, he hit it. I mean, when you get bees, it's that husbandry. It's part of that husbandry involved in beekeeping. You just can't get them. And I mean, there's
And
those,
leave
that
'em.
do, of course, that get them and they just let them do their thing. And it's almost like they set up a hive that they just want, to just stay wild. And if it makes it, it makes it, and they just let it go. If you're, for me, just with it's the finances that's involved in it. It's that husbandry aspect that you have to make sure that, you get in there and you check them. Are they doing what they should be doing? Are there any signs of disease? Are there pests that are overrunning it?
Yeah,
So
you would not buy a herd of cattle and expect them to not take some care, right?
Yeah.
You're definitely you may do it differently than other people. Some people use antibiotics, some people don't, right? But you still have to take care of them. They don't just wander around and stay alive.
Yep.
I was actually going to actually show you, Wickshire. There's one of the things that Brian touched on earlier, and I can show you just a quick glimpse of what I have here. But what works for each beekeeper varies based on where you're at and different things. Like what works for Brian up in Ohio may work different for me down here in Virginia. All you can do is literally is that trial and error. You take those chances. Like something that Brian and I, if you've seen his videos, like I'll show you like this box right here. A lot of people don't use it or don't know about it, but this is like, it's called a Vivlati board. It actually helps with ventilation to keep them warm, like so they don't get too much moisture. And then also here's the insulation that I use. I use the 3-inch insulation foam on the outside.
Yeah.
And literally that right there, what I'll do is I will actually, to show you, I have a temperature gun. I will get a temperature gun and kind of record a little snippet or get the temperatures for you to show that like how hot they actually keep it, even though it's like in the 30s or low 40s here, how hot they actually get that hive.
Beehive Homestead, on that note,
Yes.
do you have a YouTube channel? I mean, I know who you are in chat. I can find you, but you have a YouTube channel.
Yes. Yeah. I just recently started doing videos and stuff. I do. I only
Record
have a
this
couple.
stuff.
Yeah.
Record
I'm
this
gonna
stuff.
actually start
Yeah.
recording it. Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
Billy.
Thank you.
So I put those sensors in my hive. Okay.
I saw those on the top. Yeah.
In this picture here, so you've got the hive bodies, okay?
Mhm.
And in the very top, you have that inner cover, okay? So the inner cover goes on top of your larger boxes, and it just kind of creates an airspace.
Mhm.
So my sensor is above that inner cover, so it's not even really, it's not down by the cluster itself. So the readings that I'm getting off of that sensor that's in my hive are above the cluster, and it's above a wooden board. So I'm not getting like a true reading if that sensor was, just next
deeper
to the
towards
bee.
them. Yeah.
Now, earlier I went and checked on my hives, and let's see there. So 17
is that a
degrees
Wi-Fi?
outside,
Is that Wi-Fi?
it's on a Bluetooth sensor.
Okay.
Now it's
What's-
17
what's the
degrees
distance?
outside. 300-foot Bluetooth it does.
Wow.
Wow.
So
Wow.
and I was inside the house and I basically walked over and held up my phone and it refreshed. But 17.2 degrees outside, humidity was 79%. Now, inside of my hive, and this was above the inner cover, so it's not a true reading if it was next to the cluster, but inside it was 47.8 degrees, with it only being 17 outside, and the humidity, they have it at 46%, and it was 79 outside. So bees, it's more like what to be or not to be. It's the temperature is not going to get them, it's moisture. If
Yep.
you don't have the proper ventilation to get the moisture out, where you end up in the problems is if you get that moisture just collecting and it's dripping down in the hive, you're going to cool your hive out. And that's where you run into problems.
That's like getting out of a pool wet and the breeze hits across you. You feel that immediate evaporation effect.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
but
Wow, it devastates them.
getting
Yeah.
out of a pool wet where you have little tiny wings that stick to your body and don't let you warm up if they can't move.
Yep, they said nothing kills a bee faster than a cold, wet bee.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oh, and so it's Worcestershire.
Yeah.
Get started.
I'm-
I waited for many years saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it." It has been the best experience that I've had in much of my life. I love beekeeping, and I hate getting stung. I wear my suit. I got stung 10 times last year. Yeah, I keep track, but just go out, buy yourself 2 or 3 hives and get a couple of packages and get started. You're going to have failures. You're going to have successes, but no matter what, you're going to love it.
Yeah.
So natural things that we have around here, we have clover patches. I mean, there's a plethora of flowers just everywhere. So there's that. There's clover honey.
Yeah, Billy, with the landscape that you have, you've got the setup there to have hives. You do.
Yeah, I'm on a hill/mountain, and it's a big open valley. They can fly straight out, and the sun, the sun's south. We face south, so from east to west, the sun comes across. You would have heat on the hive 24/7, and it's just there's forest here, but it's mostly cattle land. I don't know how to describe that. So most of the grass is eaten down short, and most of it's flower type of whatever they're growing or whatever's wild around here.
They would just go wild for that stuff.
Well, I'll say just something else to let you know, Billy, is like, so even with your bees, just so you know, a lot of people think, oh, like it's great that there's, you have flowers and everything like that, but a lot of people don't actually realize that if bees just ate flowers to get their pollen and nectar, they would die. There's so many things that we still don't know, like all the trees and stuff like that.
Yep.
So it's great to have like the open field and the forest because they start early with the trees and even go late with the trees.
So you're saying sap leaking out of broken, cracked branches, or just when this flows in the trees. So I'm going to ask another question about bees too, but you're saying natural saps, which are sugars. The bees feed off that too.
Well, they use them for different things, like propolis. It comes from the like pine trees or different saps and stuff. Yeah.
Yep. Building. Oh, propolis is sticky stuff, right? It's the seal.
Yeah, the propolis.
Sealer.
They use that to seal up.
It's sticky in the summer, hard as can be in the winter.
Oh man.
like tar when tar hardens.
It's exactly like tar.
Paintbrush financially, is it expensive to keep bees? So I'll tell you this. Now
it can be and maybe not.
Yeah. If you fall into buying the fancy hives out there, they're expensive. Flow hives are expensive. The apimays, I think they're called, they're a little pricey as well. If you're handy with woodworking and you build a lot of stuff, you're going to save a lot of money. But the cost of the bees, that's where it's going to get you to, because you'll spend, it depends on your area, maybe $170 on a package. You could,
Wow,
you could get a nuke. Yeah, you could get a nuke from somebody, and a nuke, it's just a nucleus colony. It's a 5-frame colony that's, it's basically it's set up so that you've got a certain number of frames in it that has bees, as far as brood. You have a laying queen in it. They've got some stores in it already. So you're kind of getting a hive that's already started. Those can be over $200. So, if you start, and typically what I was always told is they say to always start with 2, just because if you're a new beekeeper and you're looking at this, I have this hive over here and I'm looking at it and it's just 1 and I've never done this before, I look at it and I'm like, wow, that looks great. Where it might be the weakest hive that there is. So if you have 2, you have a comparison. And then the benefit also to having multiple hives is, let's say you have this hive here that's super strong and this one here that isn't doing so hot, but it's not doing that bad. You can actually pull a frame out of one hive and put that in the other. So you boost the colony. So it's beneficial to start with 2. And then they're also like set aside from the packages and the nukes. If you know somebody, find a local bee club. There are a lot of people that in the springtime when they do splits, they might give you bees. And that's worth its weight in gold. And then also, if you can catch a swarm, there's free bees also. So there's ways around the cost of the bees, but it's the equipment that, it's going to get you.
Yeah, no, we bought a $38,000 tractor. I get it. Equipment hurts.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, one of the
Bees are much
things
cheaper than that.
I was going to say, even with bees, one of the biggest things that I've done was, like I was telling Brian the other day, is I actually found a steal on Craigslist where I got a lot of equipment for around $400, and it doesn't have to be new because you can, as long as it's usable on the inside, no holes from the wax moths and stuff, you can throw a fresh coat of paint on it or however you want to seal it and stuff like that. Like you can do that stuff and fix it up. And I don't know about Brian, but personally, like I build a lot of the stuff that I can build. I will try to build it, like the Vivlati boards, the bottom boards, the inner covers. The only thing I have struggled with is like the actual boxes because I don't have the actual dovetail, like the tool to cut the boxes.
Yeah.
I started making my own boxes halfway through the year, and if you have the 2 things that I use are a table saw, just for cutting the boards, and for the dovetails, I'm just using a router, and I have a jig that works. And I mean, it's a lot cheaper to go and, in fact, I got one of my setups. Somebody donated to me a bunch of wood that they chopped a tree down in their yard a couple of years ago, and they had it sawed up into boards, and they didn't want it anymore. They gave it to me. So I mean, free wood.
Yeah.
I got a question on wood for hive building. Is there a preferable wood you would say, yeah, if you can get this wood, use this type of wood? And is there a type of tree wood that you would say, just stay away, don't use this kind of wood for a hive?
I wouldn't use cedar.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, cedar's the last option, but pine is usually what you go to.
Yep. Pine, softwoods. Basically, you want things that you can put staples in easily.
Yeah.
The truth is the bees don't really care that much as long as you can get the wax, the scent of bees in there, and it helps them to be able to get that scent in there. The bees don't really care.
For new colonies, do you guys ever supply them with like blocks of raw wax, clean bee wax, or do you feed them sugar water? Is that a bad idea or a good idea?
Feed them.
What's your views on that?
No, it's actually a good idea. Yeah.
Go ahead.
When you get a brand new colony, and there's a lot of, like, there's one place in my area that I've gotten bees from that when you buy a package, and this is more, they do this just for insurance of people getting a package and taking it home and saying, well, you sold me bees that aren't doing a good job. What they do is when they get them, they'll install them in the hive for you on their property, and they'll feed them. They put a feeder on them, and They want to make sure that they're building out comb, and they want to visibly see that the queen is laying eggs before they'll let you take your hive from them. And that's in their website. And if you want to just take the package, they have you sign liability stuff so that you can't go back to them and say, hey, those bees you sold me are a dud.
And they have proof to, like, no, they were doing quite well before you got your hands on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a story about bees and why I'm interested and why I know Brian now, why Castle Hives is important to me. Kind of all relates in a little bit. When I was a little kid and I lived in Boston, there was the Museum of Science. And it taught you about, dinosaurs, and it showed you about the human body. And they had a live animal section where you could pet porcupines, like in owls, and had a lot of history in there. Pet them back. So there was this one room. It was I want to call it, I don't know, the sun room. Let's call it the sun. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, the sun room. It's Boston Museum of Science. As a kid, it was my first time. So I'm looking out the window over the Charles River. Beautiful. It has the most gorgeous view of Boston, with just a row of the buildings on both sides and the Charles River, and got the College of Harvard Square down there, Harvard down there, and the people rowing, and the duck boats and all that. Gorgeous, just old history looking and just wonderful. I took it for granted as a kid. I grew up there, so the first time I saw Boston, I was like, oh my God, this place is great. After 3 or 4 years, it was just like walking down the street. You don't notice how beautiful it is. The point of that is, looking out that window, in the middle of the room was plexiglass, two-sided plexiglass, and there was a hive sitting in there. And cool. I'm like, oh, bees. Oh, it was, yeah. It was incredible. So I sat there, and they're like, hey, do you want to go to the Omni Theater and stuff? I'm like, I'm just pushing, everyone away, going, oh, I'm good. A little kid. I would not leave. I'm watching the bees go out of the hive, come in the hive, go out of the hive, come in the hive. And then you see this giant bee. It took a while, about an hour to find her. I wasn't any good at it because all bees look the same to me. They look like bees. She's got this little yellow dot and like a slice, look like a number 1 on her.
Oh, okay.
Queen. Massive, massive, double, triple the size of the other bees. And the first thing I noticed is there were bees guarding her or talking to her. They were surrounding her in a circle.
She'll have
It was incredible. I was like, it was like her guards, and they wouldn't let her go anywhere, or anywhere they went, they followed, they protected her.
Yeah.
Also in that observatory, was another thing that got me interested. This is why I'm here now. Was watching the bees. I'm being honest here. Watching those bees and the tilapia tank. It was a big fiberglass. Had to be like 1,000-gallon tilapia tank with a viewing port window you could see in, and they were raising tilapia inside there. And on top of that, they were growing plants. And that set me off on the Wickershire project at a young age. That was cool.
Yeah. Those observation hives, I've actually seen them where, like on this wall here, there will be one mounted, and then there's like a tube that goes over to a window. And people actually have them inside. I saw one that it was like a honeycomb like design, and you could have like, you could get like one of them, or you could get 2.
I've seen those.
And
I've seen this.
It just, I would never leave my place if I had one of those, because I'd sit there and I'd be staring at it all day.
Watch
for hours.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So
it's amazing, beautiful.
My start, I didn't actually get a hive for a long time, but when I was in college, I took an entomology class because it was a requirement to take a biology class, and they had an entomology class, and we actually had a observation hive in the classroom that led out to the thing.
Awesome.
And I would just sit and watch that thing for hours. So my
You're like me.
Oh yeah. So for our term project, everybody had to do something related to insects. He didn't care what he did, and people were bringing in these big, huge paper mache things. I went and I got jelly bellies. Remember those jelly belly things? They still make them. But I created a jelly belly bee, life-size bee, and had legs made out of staples. And so everybody's presenting these big, huge things, and I walked in with a scale model of a bee.
That's awesome.
He gave me an A.
Hey, that's awesome.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you guys heard about it, one thing I was going to say about the varroa mite, they're doing some research and studies in India that it's actually something that you put on the front of your hive, like you would put a mouse guard. It's got a bunch of holes in it. I can't remember the name, but what it's supposed to do is the bees come in through the entrance of that hole. It's supposed to be like a chemical that just is on that block that is just like pulsated off of it that actually makes the varroa mites actually come off.
I've seen some stuff where they're using thyme oil or thymol.
Yep.
And it's just a little tiny bit touches every bee that goes in, and they've had some success about that. But you have to be really careful because it can also be toxic to them.
Yep, exactly.
So the one that I was interested in, and they've done some, is the lithium, and that's an interesting one if they can figure out the right proportions and stuff, because it has a really high kill rate.
Now, one guy I know is my knowledge is about yay much. One guy in here I know he knows a ton of stuff. Is this one right here, Danny, and I know that I don't know a lot about him, but I've seen some comments, and he's got some research like with numbers as far as like treatments and things like that. So he's one that, he's got some knowledge. He does. Yeah. So Lizzie, what's happening?
What's going on?
How are you?
For the prize.
You won it. It's that $40 American. I think it'll probably turn out to be, I just checked, it's like 3,000 Canadian.
I think it went up.
It probably went up, yeah. Since she won, it's gone up.
So Brian, what you're telling me is if I put on a bikini on my YouTube video, there's a good chance I'm probably going to win. I see how it's working.
Wait, I did not wear a bikini.
And you didn't? But you won?
I did. I won. I'm the other winner.
Brian's trying to throw us off.
Yeah.
Well, I am willing to put out. I guess that's the difference.
And
Sorry.
The whole room goes silent for a second. We're adults here. Well,
I was making sure I heard that right.
Listen. Before we go any further here, I just want to ask you guys.
Information.
Since I do bee searches and stuff, and because of Brian and Castle Hives, I'm always doing bee searches, which got me to here and stuff. So that's, I'm not saying it infected my computer, but definitely infected the search engine. I come across an ad whenever I come on watching Brian's shows, when I rewatch what he produces for video content. In that ad, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this. They have that beehive, and all you do is you turn the knob, and it cracks everything. And it's flow hive. How do you guys feel about that?
I have a whole video on it. I have 2 review videos on it. It didn't turn out well for me. It's not that it's not cool. It's just it's not worth it.
I also
it's not like their ad shows how perfect and awesome. Crack it, pull that honey, cap it.
It depends on your environment too.
That's
right. Because
hit the nail on the head.
If you're in an environment that has cold winters, you don't have enough time to play with that. They don't necessarily want to go up in there, so you have to do all sorts of tricks to get them to go up in there, and then you also have to. I've done a lot of reading. I've not seen them. That's it. I've not used one. I've done a lot of reading. I have a couple of other people I know that did try them, and if you're in the north, if you're not in California,
where it's warm.
Yeah. Where it's warm, I imagine Florida might be okay, but you need a hive that they're producing honey all year, right? Without a lot of breaks in it.
How many flows in an average year in a cooler place? 2? Is there 2 flows?
In a flow hive or a regular hive?
No, he's just talking about honey flows.
Yeah,
honey flows.
Oh,
I see 2 here.
3 in Canada.
3?
Well, actually, no. I get a third one right before, right at the end of fall, and it's like ivy honey, and people basically say, make sure you don't try and give that to humans because it's disgusting.
Ivy.
Yeah, we
Hey
get
guys,
two
real
good
quick,
ones in my
I
area.
got some family that came over real quick. I just
Okay.
wanted to say congrats to Brian again on the 1K
Thank
sub.
you, man.
Also, I'm going to be following all you guys, learning more. Love to see what you come up with, Wickshire, and any questions, man. Anything I can do to help you guys. It's awesome. I'm so excited to meet all these new beekeepers and stuff. It's really cool.
Beehive, you take care, man. Good to see you.
I've subscribed
Bye.
to
See you guys later.
Beehive.
Thank you.
So
Take care.
Catch you guys later.
So on us, the Wickershire project, we're a family of 4. We basically decided like we had enough of the big city, and I had an idea. Oh, I'm going to go off grid on an acre in the middle of the forest somewhere and raise some chickens, and learn this and just get out of the daily grind and everything.
Yeah.
And we went to an off grid forum and we met Corey, and he said, "Oh, you want a co-op?" And I wasn't ever thinking about doing this with somebody else. I'm off grid, and so I take care of myself and my family. So we are responsible for everything that we have done. It took me like 10 years to come up with rainwater systems. I had to learn about solar. I had to learn about how AC electricity works. I had to learn about the differences between amps inside DC electricity. I had to understand how the sun reacts to the earth and the different positions and all that. I had to learn about seed starting. I had to learn about neutral and sterile soils to get my seeds, how to pre-soak the seeds, give them a better chance, how to float seeds. The floaters chuck them. The sinkers got the weight, got moisture, got content, blah, 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 blah. I had to learn about chickens. We had to learn about bird care, animals. You are self-reliant, self-sufficient. 7 years until we even, I said, okay, we're serious. So in that
Who's that
7 to
guy?
10 years, we were packing away money, $15,000. And I'm a poor person. I was making $600 a week. And all that money went to pay all the bills. But we were stashing. I'd get my tax return backs. We banked it. I get $8,000 back in taxes. We banked it. And then I got the chance with Corey. He's like, well, you want to do this? And he found where we are now, where the channel's located, down here in Jonesville, Virginia, on this 30-acre property. So yeah, it was just it was a long learning process. It takes a lot to do that. So a little bit about us. A lot of people are interested. We're a very small channel. We are permaculture experimentationalness. I can't say it. It's a new word I invented. But we're going to learn, and we're going to plant, and we're going to videotape what it's like for the average person who want to go off grid. I want to just leave the city. I'll tell you what, if you did not do your research, you are going to be in big trouble.
Yeah.
There's so many, and I have knowledge. I know things. I have a fairly high IQ. I might be autistic, whatever. But if you aren't prepared, that's all I can say. If you're not ready, if you can't go out in the woods for 1 month in a tent in the middle of the woods and be okay with that. Most people go for one day. They run out of beer and hot dogs. They run right back to the car and they go home. If you can't sit out there for 2 or 3 months in a tent and be fine with that, don't go off grid. All right, I'm going to pop off here, but I just wanted to give a little detail on who we are. Some people are interested. I'm still on the chat. I'm watching you guys. I just want to chit chat and cause trouble. Thanks, Brian.
Fantastic.
Congrats on 1K.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Who's this that just joined in? Is it Thad?
I don't know. Never seen him before.
Yeah, I've never seen him.
I don't think your mic's on there, stranger.
Can you hear me?
Real low.
Yeah, I can.
I'm on my phone. That's why this case sucks.
I can never get StreamYard to work on my phone.
Let me try to hop on. Try to find my laptop.
Look at that. He just comes in and he leaves. Now look at this. I have both of my winners here.
Woohoo!
Yeah! Woo!
It's the cool people right here. That's awesome. Yeah, no, I'm happy for the
High
both of
five
you.
up there.
See?
There we go.
Right. Yeah.
Trying to figure out where it is on the camera. There we go.
I'm getting Lizzie in the head. Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Lizzie. I'm Rodney.
Hi, Rodney.
Jess is here.
I'm new to this beekeeping stuff, but I'm one of these people that is like when I get obsessed with something, I go 150% in, and I've probably read so much stuff that I should not have read.
That's that's okay though. I mean, beekeeping is there's a lot involved, you know.
It's different,
And,
as you were saying, like everywhere is just different. Like
Yeah.
we have a specific Ontario beekeeping manual, so we follow that because it tells you like when to start feeding your bees, when to start doing different things here, because the weather's different.
Yeah.
Like even southern Ontario is different than where I am.
Well,
So
I live in
very-
an area where I'm up on top of a ridge line. And so if you were to go 10 miles from my house, it's a different weather pattern.
Yeah.
And they have totally different beekeeping practices 10 miles from where I live. So the place that I purchased my initial hives and bees from was closer to the environment that that my area is. But it's been wild because nobody in the area has the same weather pattern, and they're like, well, we can't help you. We don't know how to deal with that. So I'm over in the Seattle area. So I'm in the I'm on the left coast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like what you guys are saying, I mean, every area, the beekeeping, I guess some of the fundamentals, are pretty much across the board. But just as far as the seasons and, more or less, I guess the management, that varies. It's that timing, your timeline through the year, it varies. So, what I do in March is not going to be probably the same as what either of the two of you do.
Yeah.
So,
So here we have, there's pollen available all year round, but the bees can't get out to get it.
Yeah.
So on sunny days, if it gets about 45, 50 degrees, there'll be bees going out and bringing in pollens. Now they're not like pollens from flowers, they're generally pollens from some of the trees and stuff. But so pollen isn't necessarily the biggest problem, except that we have this weird period in the summer where, those little yellow buttercup flowers. We have these little, they're called buttercups, but there's a flower that as soon as that flower starts coming up, there's nothing, because those flowers are useless to the bees apparently in our area. And so there's a period of a couple of weeks where there's just no pollen that they're interested in. And there's a couple of dearth periods, but so
yeah, around here, like we'll get some maples will start to pop. And
we get the maples.
Yeah, and shortly after then too, we'll get the dandelions. So, but when I see those maples and all that starting to pop, I know it's like, oh, they're going to be hitting it here soon.
Yeah, we have a pretty big maple flow here. That comes first. But for us, that's a little before April.
Oh, okay. See, it's like where I'm at. It varies because we've had snow third week of March, fourth week of March, into the beginning of April. So it just varies. Each season's different. So I hope that, that rodent of a groundhog, said that we're going to have a longer winter. I don't want to believe him. But I hope that things start to warm up here soon. I do.
Yeah.
So I want to get the season started.
Brian, what's your plan to rebuild this spring?
What's that?
What's your plan to rebuild this spring? Because you had all that loss. Are you going to split or buy some nukes?
So I've got 3 packages ordered. Okay. The only reason why I went packages instead of nukes is because I've got the drawn comb and all the stores, so I can install them. And
are you worried though that whatever your bees died from might infect your new bees?
I'm about 100% positive it was mites, a high mite load, and then the population I had that decline in my population, and then when the cold hit, they just didn't have cluster size to survive.
That last winter I lost that one hive from mites when I had that bee funeral. But when I was picking through and like going through the dead out hive, I had mites just crawling up my arm. That's how I was just like, oh, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
In mine, I took one frame that was towards the middle where some of the bees were, and I saw mite poop.
Yeah.
So I know, I'm about positive it was that. I could send the thing out and have it looked at, but
well, as long as you're not finding, foul brood or anything like that in there, it's more likely that it was mites.
Isn't there an app for that where you, well, I guess it's too late now, but you take a picture of your bees and you can, there's an app for that.
I've seen that, but I don't
think it's very good.
Right.
Yeah, but
that's it. Because I wouldn't want to, take a picture and say, oh, here's my, this is the mite count. I'd rather do, an alcohol wash or just, so.
And how did you treat in the fall?
Last year was my first year using oxalic acid.
Oh, okay.
And how did you use the oxalic acid?
I had a wand.
No, but what was the treatment plan?
I did the 3 treatments over 3 weeks.
Yeah, so everything I've heard says you need to do 2 treatments a week or every 3 days to really take them down. And you have to actually go past the 3 weeks, because remember, drone brood, and you're going to have some drone brood. Drone brood is 24 days. So that means that they could have gotten in there at the, they pop in just at the last minute.
And it's guaranteed. I probably didn't treat enough.
Yeah, and I went the other way because I probably over-treated. And the other thing that in our area, all the classes I've been taking, they tell you to rotate your treatments. So if you do oxalic acid in one season, then do formic in another season, and switch to different things. Last year I did the hop guard in the beginning in spring, and I'm not a fan of that. I might try it again later, but I didn't understand it well enough, and it killed bees. Because it's goopy, and their bees are not smart when it comes to avoiding goopy things for some reason, right?
I do have to go. I'm actually getting my COVID vaccine.
Congratulations!
Responder.
You're getting your Bill G chip.
Yeah.
Sorry.
See if I come back alive or not.
That's funny. Now
I'm being sarcastic, or rather silly. I do not believe that they're chipping people. I believe that we should take the vaccine. It's a good idea.
So, Lizzie, what you're saying is when I download that app that's, covidtracker.gov, that I'll be able to find you on GPS now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Find me anywhere I am. Track me down.
Excellent.
But you have to be on her government sites, which would be the CA government. So it's not going to do you any good.
Okay. Yeah. Wickershire is asking, "Hey, Lizzie, you take care, and I'll email you."
Okay.
So I'll email you, and congratulations.
I'll send you out your honey club soon.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Wickershire is asking about foul brood. There's different types of foul brood, and I don't know the exact. It is a bacteria.
I think it's bacteria.
Yeah, but I don't know the exact that causes it. I don't. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's basically a bacterial infection. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's a virus, but there's 2 major types that we worry about. There's a European foul brood and the American foul brood. And if you get European foul brood, basically you can treat the hive, and it can it can be okay. But if you get American foul brood, you're going to burn it. You have to destroy your hive equipment, all of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But American foul brood is really pretty rare in most areas.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know the exact bacteria or whatever that causes it, but yeah. Now my grandfather had beehives many, many, many years ago, and he actually got hit with foul brood one time and had to burn a couple of his colonies. My mom was telling me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah. And then there's the other, what is it? Nosemia?
Yeah, nosemia. Basically, that's
poop.
That's intestinal tract bacteria that makes them have diarrhea.
Yeah. Yeah. They have GI issues.
So, Wickershire, the first thing I got when I got into this was my wife gave me 2 books, and that's how I got started with actually getting the hive. The first one's called The Beekeeper's Handbook, and the second one is called Beekeeping for Dummies. I highly suggest anybody that wants to get started, get Beekeeping for Dummies to start with. It's a really good, it's thorough. It has almost all of these questions you're asking, and it's easy to follow. And then after you've read that and digested it, then you can go to the Beekeeper's Handbook and get really detailed answers for the questions that you're left with.
Yeah. You know, I'm seeing the Beekeeping for Dummies. I just pulled it up real quick, but eBay, they've got one that's for $12. So it's yeah.
I mean, if you don't want to pay for it, go to a bookstore. I'm sure it's in there.
The library.
Easy to read.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess they don't do that anymore with this whole COVID. I haven't been out of the house in so many months. It's I forget.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So,
but those books, the Dummies book, actually, I hated reading a book called Something for Dummies, but it actually was a very well written book. And I keep it. I reference it every once in a while. The Beekeeper's Handbook is much more detailed. But so if you really want to get down to the nitty gritty of these things, that's a great reference. But those 2 books, I would say, are a must to get started.
Yeah, definitely. I tell you, it is what, hour and 52 minutes. Here, hang on one second. Wickershire has another question. The longer you own a hive, the actual box, is it more prone to problems? In my view, but I'm no expert. I don't believe so. When they have it, you can smell it in the apiary. I missed that.
He's talking about the foul brood.
Yeah, yeah. Danny, I would not know the smell because I've never dealt with it. So
it's probably pretty foul.
Yeah.
I mean, because they're all dying, right?
Yeah. The only thing that I know as far as smells are the different flows and the different honeys. I know here in the fall we get that goldenrod. And we always say it's smelly sock season because you get that. I mean, I get 100 feet away from my hives and you can tell when the goldenrod flow is out because you just smell it. And when you crack the hive, it's just like, yeah. But the honey itself, it's great tasting. It doesn't taste like it smells. Yeah.
So back on the question of using equipment for a long period of time, I think the bigger thing is that every couple of years you want to cycle out the frames that have the brood in them because the wax in the brood it gets black and it gets thicker and thicker. So from what I read is that the cells size are getting slightly smaller each season, so the bees that can be raised in each cell, they're limited by the size of the cell. So basically my plan is to take a couple of frames out of each hive every year and just scrape the wax off, clean it off, and then put them back in it on the outer part of the frame, and then move them in.
I'm gonna start that this year when I install my packages and that. I mean, I've got all that built out comb, but I'm gonna cycle out 2 per hive, and then as they're building, I'll cycle out more. So, but
I think that's a really good idea.
I'm probably going to get 20 or so, maybe 30 extra frames just to have so that they'll build out and I can rotate, just so I have a stock that I can rotate out. And, I had someone say not that long ago too, and I don't know the research behind it. I don't know anything behind the information, but said that after 4 to 5 years that you can have a loss also due to pesticide buildup within the wax.
I've read that as well.
So now some people have said they've used the same equipment for 20 years and never rotated comb. And then, and that goes back to that old phrase with beekeeping. You ask, some say 5, but I always say if you ask 10 beekeepers the same question, you're probably going to get 12 or 13 different answers.
I totally agree with that.
So, but that's dependent also like on, so to say, the beekeeper's area, it just, there's so many different factors there, but pesticides are everywhere. So that's why I'm probably going to start rotating out. But then, like you said too, I mean, your brood comb just gets, mine does not have that nice wax color. It's black. So
when you cycle it out, I'd be interested to see when you melt the wax down, to see what your yield is out of that, because I think that the brood wax, it ends up having more and more of the cocoons and stuff as part of the wax, and so when you filter it, I'm betting you get less yield off of that wax than you would off of like cappings, which are just pure wax.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in seeing a video of that. So,
yeah, Wickershire has another question, complex question. He says, honeybees, are there smaller or other types of bees that make honey? There's native.
Most native bees don't produce enough honey to harvest, though.
Yeah, besides the typical honeybee you're raising. Hope I asked that right. Yeah, Billy, you did. I know there's others. I don't know all of the different types, but I know there's natives out there. Now, in my area, though, too, we don't see many. And it's funny because where my hives are at, they're at my mom's property. Her neighbor has several fruit trees, peach trees and different, fruit trees. The very first year, and they've been there, 15 or 20 years. They've been there for a little bit. The very first year that the bees were, there, they had the most, amount of fruit off of their trees that they had ever had. And that's been a steady trend since the bees were, installed. So, I mean, they have a direct effect, so, but I don't see many like where I'm at. I don't see many. I don't. I had a hive at a neighbor's property. He's a farmer. And after I had that hive out there, we would start to see them. I'd see, it got to the point that, and I don't know whether it was directly related to my hive being a couple 100 feet away, but it got to the point that when I was walking through the yard, I was looking down at the dandelions because I was seeing honeybees around. So, but we've had a decline in my area.
So in my area, we have a bunch of native bees that you find out, but I'm getting an echo. Sorry, it's killing me. with the native bees, they don't produce honey or anything like that, but they do a huge amount of pollination of the trees.
Oh, okay.
And so the fruit trees, and that's the other thing is for people who want to beekeep but don't want to deal with hives and stuff, there's also the mason bees, which require a little less work than, they require you work on them twice a year. The mason bees are huge pollinators of fruit trees. Way better. They're way more productive at pollinating fruit trees than honeybees are. But those are another. Yeah, I just learned that this year because my wife, I'm keeping the honeybees, and she decided that she was going to keep the mason bees because she wanted them for her garden.
Oh, very cool.
And so she got two different types of those. And I noticed that in the keeping of the mason bees, that I started looking at all the ever kinds of bees that were in the yard, and I identified probably 10 or more different individual types of bees.
Wow.
And now they don't make honeycomb the way that honeybees do, because they basically they hibernate during the winter. They create their brood is created all during the summer, and then it wakes up and hatches the next spring. So they don't carry food over. They carry just enough pollen and food for that larva to make it. The adults don't go through the winter.
Yeah, I don't know anything about mason bees. I don't.
Well, if you've, for people that are like homesteading and have gardens and stuff, they should also include mason bees in their plan. They are really, because you can get mason bees that come early in the season for fruit trees, and mason bees that come actually the leaf cutter bees that come later in the season for your garden for those plants that take longer. And we have garden with all sorts of squash and tomatoes and stuff, okay. And we got way more yield this year than we've gotten in previous years, and we're using both types of bees now.
Yeah.
Back.
Have you had your GPS tracker implanted?
Nice fact, Danny. I like that.
Not yet.
Not yet? Yeah.
Wait in the car.
Oh, boy. So...
Are we going to get to see a vaccination in progress?
COVIDtracker.ca.
Yeah, you have to drive an hour, though, so...
Oh, my gosh.
Oh. Wow.
I can try and... Should I do a live stream when I get there?
In an hour? I might not. I'll have to see what I'm doing. I'm going to jump off of here shortly, but in an hour, I'll see where I'm at. Would they let you, though, just because of...
Probably not.
I can't do mobile streams yet.
Oh.
Because I don't have 1,000 subscribers.
Well, couldn't you use, like, Streamlabs or StreamYard or... Because
Is that the workaround?
Yeah, you basically go to one of those streaming services and you sync it with your YouTube channel. So,
right.
Yeah, and I think so. StreamYard is on the computer. I think. Let me see here. I'll go to my Play Store. Streamlabs.
There's an app for it.
Yeah. Streamlabs is on your phone. That's the workaround. Yeah. See, I just taught you something new.
Because I've been bringing my computer up to the bee yard all last year.
You don't have to do that.
I don't have to do that.
See? Huh.
Man.
Just taught you something new.
I just learned something new.
I know.
Yeah.
Rodney,
you didn't know that either?
I did. I'm just getting started on all this stuff. My plan was to kind of like start building a channel up this year, because last year was all about learning about bees, and I'm alone when I'm out in my hive. Other people have. I know people carrying the camera for them. I don't have anybody to do that.
Yeah.
The only person that's around here that would do that doesn't want to carry the camera for me.
Yeah.
So
I'm by myself too, and I've got 2 GoPros now.
I just bought my first GoPro. So
I want to try. I don't know how it will work, but I'm going to have my newer one on a tripod, and then I was thinking on getting either a wrist mount or the chest one so that you get that closer view. So when I actually hold a frame out like this,
that's a really good idea.
It's on my chest, then I could do like the picture-in-picture deal. I'm going to try.
I think that will be really good. And then you can splice them together and knit them. So I've done videos and all that stuff before. I've never done the computer side of it. I can handle the filming side of it. That's new to me.
Yeah.
So like I just put a thing out on my channel the other day as a test of me shoveling snow just to see if I could actually produce the video and get it up there. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I'm a computer guy and I don't know how to these computer skills.
This one down here has a fancy little bee that follows her around, and she has her own music, and not everyone's as fancy as a Canadian down here. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try it. The COVID was a terrible, evil thing, but it also opened up a bunch of things because now I'm having more time to do things. But unfortunately, I also picked up a couple of hobbies at the same time, and so it's like I started beekeeping and I started working in the woodworking again,
awesome.
Which I wasn't able to do, and now I'm starting to get into machining. So a lot of stuff going on,
Yeah, that's awesome. And I tell you, COVID, what it did for me, because I normally travel for work. My work, I'm an independent contractor, and the contract that I'm on now, it's actually going to end up being like a 3-year contract. It was originally supposed to be 4 months, and it'll turn out to 3 years, so I can't complain. But my work put a halt to all travel. So where I would normally be on the road 4 or 5 days a week, I'm home now. So because of that, I'm going to have, oh my gosh, probably 5 times as much time to dedicate to the apiary. So, that's the reason why I wanted to get into queen rearing this year and start grafting.
Yeah, I'm interested in doing that too. So I will be very interested to see what you're working on in that. I'm going to do it on a very small scale. Same
thing. When I graft, I'm probably only going to do like 10 cells, just very small scale. I'm not, I'm not doing it to even sell them. If I end up getting a couple extras, I know a couple beekeepers that I'll give them.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
The reasoning behind it also is this will be my first year doing it. So how do I know that those queens that I produce are even worthwhile?
Yep.
I wouldn't want to be the person that sells a queen because, there's money involved there that maybe was not produced right. Maybe didn't meet right. I just, hey, Adrian, you take care. But yeah, so this year's just going to be kind of experimenting. And just like, my video the other day, I lost hives. I'm going to show everybody when I graft, if I don't have any one of them that take, I'll show it because maybe I did something wrong. And those that do follow that have grafted, then they can watch and say, well, hey, you did this wrong and change how you did this. So I'll learn,
Yeah, it's kind of scary how many parallels there are between what you're planning on doing and what I hope to do too. So this is I'm absolutely just riveted on your channel.
Yeah,
so,
thank you.
Like I said, I don't subscribe to hardly any channels, but yours, between you and Kaylee, I watch everything you put out.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and then Kaylee, I tell you, her channel.
How dare you, Rodney? No,
what's that? What?
Huh?
How dare you not watch my channel too?
I just learned that you exist just now, so
See?
So I'll try and look at your channel.
Yeah. See? Oh, Adrian, a pepper omelet.
And I'm also watching Adrian's channel too.
Yeah, Kaylee's channel.
Adrian's close to me. We live in similar. We're both on the West Coast.
Oh, okay. Kaylee, I'll tell you, the Honeystead. Her editing is just her videos are phenomenal. Yeah, she's very down to earth. She just, and she enjoys sharing her experience.
She kind of got me in trouble though. My wife I was watching all these bee videos of the and my wife makes a comment. She said, "Oh, there are no women that do beekeeping," and so I specifically went out. I specifically went out and I found the Honeystead, and because I was looking for women doing beekeeping to show her that they did it, and then I started watching all of her videos, and my wife's like, "Wait, you're watching too many." That's right. And so I'd say at least half of the channels I've subscribed to are women who either are in machining or in beekeeping.
Oh, okay.
So I will subscribe to you.
I wished that I knew the channel.
Women have a bigger pain tolerance. Maybe that's why.
Nah.
Just kidding.
That's not it.
I have an extremely high pain tolerance.
No.
Yeah. I wish that I knew the channel, but there is a young gal. I think she's 12 or 13. Younger.
Oh, yes. I subscribe to her too. It's
I forget the channel.
Beekeeping Like a Girl.
Yep. And I just watched a video of her today, actually. Did you see with the refrigerator? And she was talking about honey that crystallized.
I have not seen that yet.
So she had got an old freezer upright. I think it was either an upright freezer or an upright fridge. And she has two light bulbs in the bottom of it. And it basically heats up just enough that it melts down those crystals again. And yeah, it's a cool, but I love watching her, and to see someone, that young, involved in beekeeping.
Yes.
I love it. I do. I love it.
Yes. And she's going to learn a lot. And
oh yeah.
The only thing that I think she needs to do that will really help her out is she needs to understand that people want to hear what she's saying, because she cuts her talks a little short when you're going, you're just getting interested. And she goes, well, that's all I'm going to say on that topic. I'm just like, oh,
yeah,
you've got another 10 minutes to go. I'm just, right. She's great. And I've commented on her channel that, watch the one that she just did. It's interesting. I liked the setup that she had, and it's just simple. Yeah. And I think she said it cost like the total supplies and that around it were like $50. So it wasn't like overly expensive. So very, very cool. Yeah. Adrian, you can't be a beekeeper until you get stung.
That's right. Adrian, you're cheating. So the bee lady, welcome. So, but I tell you what though, Rodney, I've loved the chat. And again, congrats. I'll communicate back and forth that, Wild Rose, you got it. I'll get that. I'll email you here in a second, and then just send me over your address, and I'll get that ordered today. and hopefully within a week or so you get it, but you'll have it in plenty of time that when you crack those hives open, you'll have this wild rose hive tool.
And if I can figure out how to do videos, I will use it in the video. Although
Awesome.
I'm gonna feel terrible about using something so pretty.
You know, I was the same way. I actually have one, and I'll show you a picture of it. Let's see here. She did that.
See, I love the honeycomb on there.
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
It's got
I want that.
hives
I want
written
that
on it.
hive. I want that tool. No.
And I was afraid to use it at first, but it's Cerakoted. It is as durable. When I get, you get propolis and everything on it, I take another hive tool and scrape right over it to clean it.
Wow.
The paint is, it's
well, that's good to know.
You're good. Yeah, you'll be good. So don't be afraid to use it. Use it and enjoy it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put my name in for it if I didn't think I would use it. It's going to make me feel a little bad at first, but I mean, that's what it's for, right?
That's it.
Ouch.
Look, if it wasn't on video, it never happened. It's just, that's all I'm saying. So yeah,
I trust Adrian. She's always told me the truth.
Yeah, Adrian, she's cool. Yeah, but Rodney, you take care.
You too.
Have
a great day. Thank you for letting me come and talk with you. I'm sorry if I overtook things. I get so excited about this stuff.
No, I did one the other day, and the Beehive, he was on, and he was chatting away also, and I offer up info, So we're all here to learn.
This is my only human interaction over the last few months, so than with coworkers. So this is great because you're not talking about work.
Yeah, I know. All same
right.
here. So
all right, I'll look for your email. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Have a great day.
All right, Rodney, you too.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah. Everybody, thank you again for joining in. Appreciate just all the support that everybody shows for the channel. Just overwhelmed with all the support. So I saw John Baddest Bees. What's up, brother? So hopefully everything's going good down your way. Hopefully things are warming up down your way too. Get all that snow in your roads. The state won't have to clear it. Mother Nature's going to clear your roads for you. But everybody just had a blast today. So really enjoyed this and look forward to the other ones. But like I said too, look forward to other videos coming up. And what I'm going to do is we'll just talk about some basic stuff here. What's in a hive, and like right now too, get some packages ordered, things like that. So, and little disclaimer there too, really overall, do you want to listen to a guy on YouTube? Nah. So watch the videos though. So I love all the support, and hit that thumbs up, subscribe. But I'll just go over some basic things and just talk. So talk about beekeeping. If people want to jump up, just like what happened here today, come on up, offer up some knowledge. Just, if we share that knowledge with everybody, we're all going to learn in the process. So, but everyone take care, have a blessed day, wonderful weekend, and see you next time.